On today's show, it's games like this where you can't fall for the Mavericks' tricks, but you could fall for Max Christie because, dang, that was a game.
This is Cooper Flagg, and you're listening to Locked On Mavs.
I think that's a good question.
Good morning, Isaac. All these changes, I still got my dog, Dwight Powell.
Your daily Dallas Mavericks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network.
Still can't leave.
Your team every day.
I'm going to get a city like that.
And welcome. You are locked on to the Dallas Mavericks, your team every day. My name is Nick Angstadt, media member covering the Mavs for over 10 years. My guy, Isaac Harris. Thanks for hanging out with us on the Locked On Mavs, being an everyday or listening every day. Make it the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network out there. Today's episode is brought to you by FanDuel. Before tip-off, check out the FanDuel app. See what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 5 to 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Joining me, as always, the post-game prodigy from the great Slightly Biased YouTube channel, which is even the Dallas Mavericks tonight. Slightly Biased.
God, man, we don't let it ride anymore. Man, we've changed. It's changed us.
It's broken me. It's broken me on this season. This year has broken me on the inside.
Yeah, I mean, it was. They're Nuggets and Rockets merchants.
Apparently, the two teams that can
Rockets merchants 4-1 against those two teams, which makes them 9-22 versus everybody else. So if they make the playoffs, man,
don't let them see Houston or Denver coming.
That's right. That's right. Don't let this team sneak in there.
We'll talk about the Mavs win. We'll talk about why they play well against this Rockets team. We'll talk about Anthony Davis. We'll talk about Cooper Flagg, second half struggles. Is he hitting the rookie wall? We'll get into that a little bit. But let's start here because I think the story of this game for the Dallas Mavericks was Max Christie, man. There were times last season where you go, man, is this, we joked, is this trade actually the Max Christie trade, the same way that the Rondo trade was the Dwight Powell trade, where he just is the one guy that stays on this roster. But Max Christie has had an up-and-down season for sure. He's been in and out of the starting lineup, but he's been a great three-point shooter this season. Sometimes that's the only thing going for him at times, but this game, 24 points, 7 boards, hit 4 threes, 10 of 13 from the field as well. Had a monster dunk that I didn't know he had in him on Jabari Smith Jr. Where did those hops come from? And I just thought it was a really good, intentional game from Max Christie. Jason Kidd talked about it before the game or yesterday that they want him to shoot more threes. If he's shooting as well as he is, he's got to get to like 10 threes a game, he said. He didn't get to that, but he did get to more shot attempts, more attempts at going to the rim, actually attacking. And I think just seeing Max Christie's development in a season like this, you've got to take some of these wins. The Mavs did get this win, but you got to take some of these wins from some of these guys and go, man, Max Christie's showing a little bit of something.
Yeah, I mean, last 3 games now for Max, 25 against Portland, 18 against the Sixers, and 24 tonight, 10 of 13. Yeah, I mean, it's the 3 ball that we know has been great, 4 of 6, but it is those plays. You talk about that Jabari Smith dunk, that dunk late. He had 3 dunks in this game, all off the dribble.
Wild.
3 dunk late in this where Aaron Holiday's playing up on him because they're trying to prevent the 3 the Rockets are, and Christie just blows right past him and gets to the rim and dunks. That pretty much iced the game. I mean, those are the plays right there that's like nice. Combined with those, every now and then he'll get to a spot in the mid-range and, do that little push-off move and get a step-back mid-range J. Like, those are all nice plays, and those are the plays where you look at and you're like, oh, yeah, we could definitely tap into some more growth here. But he is a really, really good player and a player that I think would fit so well because he never really got this opportunity with the Lakers, did start coming on last year. But right, like he was about to start getting this opportunity for the Lakers. And I just think on a great team that has a bunch of creators and spacing, like he could be even better. So I'm super pumped about his future. And yeah, he's been a huge bright spot.
And he's
25% from 3 this year. That's nuts.
Incredible. And it's not nothing at this point. Where it's a big enough sample size. We're like, oh, he is a really good three-point shooter this season. And he's become that. And he's 22. That's the thing that this Mavericks team needs. They need guys that are going to be on the next timeline and guys to grow with Cooper Flagg and to have a runway to have a next level. He's 3, almost 4 years younger than Brandon Williams.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right. Like, that's what we're talking about with Max Christie. I just thought his game was so good. And how he came out, how he approached the game, the growth that we've seen from him, the maturity. We've always seen he's kind of even keeled, comes out very measured, but they need him to just have a little bit of like irrational confidence guy in him, just a little bit. He's one of those players you need him to get out of his shell. He's so good at playing in the shell and playing in and of himself, but get him out there a little bit more. The couple of the plays that I noticed, like you were talking about those little jumpers, he had in the third quarter, he ran a pick and roll with Cooper Flagg where Flagg set the screen, which we haven't seen very often. I think the last time I checked these numbers, Flagg has only done stuff off of like 11 ball screens, like as the roll man. So we just haven't seen him very much, but. He had a drive right off of that and then had just a little jumper in the lane where if you're going to sag off of Max Christie, he can hit that mid-range jumper. It's not just threes and rim for him. Like that's something when you add that third level of scoring that can just take your game to another level.
Yeah, I mean, it's what makes you be able to play off of star players so well. And he's another guy, too, like Kyrie back will help elevate his game tremendously as well. I just now realized we've barely even gotten to see Max Christie and Kyrie together. Like,
yeah, is it? Well, he did he play a little bit at the beginning because it was just the Houston half because it was only the Houston half with him and AD because AD was out.
Right, but still, even then, it was a month of.
Hold on, I think we'll get our best people on it. Maybe we can see how many games they've played together.
A month of Kyrie and Max Christie last year. And also, that felt like that was probably some of the best Max Christie stuff because...
Is that a coincidence? Is that something?
No,
something or nothing?
That's something. That is 100% something. But yeah, I'm excited to see him just continue to grow his game over the course of the year. And once, you know what, we don't know. We're a month away from this team potentially could be dreadful for the remainder of the season. So,
top of your head, how many games has Kyrie and Max Christie played together?
My guess would be 13.
11. Wow, that was really close. I think I would have guessed less, like 8 or something.
Well, I just thought a month. Like, what's a month?
Yeah, that's probably fair.
Well, here you go. I pulled it up. Last year, Max Christie in his minutes with the Mavs with Kyrie, 44% from three, without 34%.
Wow.
And actually, I'm interested this year to see what his numbers are with AD and without AD.
Kyrie comes back, and every single player on the Mavericks gets better.
Yeah, I mean, that would not be a surprise at all.
It wouldn't be, but this is where we are. I did start
hold up. This is insane.
Give it to me.
What do you think Max Christie's shooting from three when he's on the floor with Anthony Davis?
With like 50%.
53%.
Wow.
53%. This is going back to last year too, though. So however many minutes that was, but
still, I'll take whatever minutes.
But it goes to what we're saying of his ability to be able to play off of stars and ball handlers.
You need guys like that. You need players to fill in around. Like we've seen, like Dorian. We saw on the Rockets tonight. He was a guy that was great around stars. Like he could fit in with whoever was on the court, and that he could make it work. Like the Mavs need role players like that going forward, and you don't always highlight them, but when they have a game like this, to me, I thought Max Christie was big story for the Mavs.
Absolutely. Big story of the season.
I did start the show, though, by saying don't fall for the Mavs tricks, because they have looked good against some of these teams like this. The Rockets twice, the Nuggets twice, the game against the Heat. Man, they match up well against some of these teams. The Mavs do have talent. They have matchup problems for some of these teams. Alfred Şengün is out. Steven Adams was out. Then all of a sudden, this Rockets team struggles against the Mavs because Anthony Davis is just the biggest dude on the court and can beat them in so many ways. And defensively, they didn't really have an answer because they don't have enough good jump shooting players. And like you see the Mavs against this team, and this is the type of team that so many Mavs fans that I've heard from over this season have been like, well, let's just wait until Kyrie comes back and see what kind of run they can go on. And then the last couple of weeks happen where they start losing to some of these other teams. And then you go, all right, well, then let's tank. Let's see what happens. But you can fall for it against a team like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's to be completely fair, like the Rockets, Şengün goes down 1 minute into the game.
Not even.
1 minute into the game he goes down. Yeah, but not even. Horrible starts to this game, by the way. There was a review for Cooper Flagg flagrant and a injury timeout. So we literally were 25 minutes past scheduled tip-off time, and we had 1 minute played in the game. I was like, this game's never going to end, man, ever.
I was waiting for the slightly rant on the beginning of this game, like reviewing, and the review early. I was like, they're really reviewing this for a clear path, and it's taking them 5 minutes to figure out if this is a clear path. And then they switched it to a flagrant one.
Yeah, I mean, he tripped him.
I mean, he did, but
But no, I was just worried for the fans because they're all standing up because the Mavericks haven't scored yet. So I'm just like, dude, fans, you guys can sit, man, please.
I don't think the doors are open long enough for them to drink enough for them to be falling over, standing up that long.
But yeah, I mean, the Rockets had a terrible game. I mean, they were dreadful tonight. They were just absolutely awful. Nobody could hit a shot. They went 10 of 41 from three. Credit to the Mavs defensively because they did kind of realize none of these guys can shoot right now. So if we just hard double and trap KD.
And they weren't going to the rim against AD, so.
Right. Who still managed to get 34 points because he's just absolutely unreal. But with no Şengün, like, there's nobody really we feel will punish us too much on these. And that was a gamble that they got right, I would say.
Coming up, let's talk about Anthony Davis's game. Really impactful. The end of that first quarter, I thought, was something that we haven't seen much from him that we'll get into. And then we'll get into Cooper Flagg's game coming up. Today's episode of Locked On Mavs brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. FanDuel, they got the new NBA Happy Hour happening, so you could take advantage of all the different kinds of things. You got a limited time window where special offers drop right inside the FanDuel app before the action starts. I was talking to a listener tonight, and he came over to me. He's like, "I got the Mavs money line." And it was halftime. They're up by 7. I go, "All right, you're looking good right now." And then he ends the game, and he goes, I won my money back, got the win, and it paid for these seats that I paid for today. So maybe you want to have some fun like that fan did. Go check out FanDuel, see all the different kinds of things you can do, and check out the NBA Happy Hour while you're doing it. Before tip-off, check the FanDuel app and see what's dropping during NBA Happy Hour every Friday from 5 to 6:30 Central. A little basketball, a little action, and a whole lot of Friday energy at FanDuel. That's NBA Happy Hour only on FanDuel, the official sportsbook partner of the NBA.
Shut it down! Let's go home!
Thanks for hanging out with us on Locked On Mavs, being part of the show, part of the Raccoon Squad. That's what we call our listeners, listening every day. Appreciate you for checking out the show. We have the text line. We have the Everydayers Club. 2 things that you can join. Both of them get access to the Discord. We're having some fun talking in there. The Everydayers Club gets you access to ad-free episodes of this show. So if you don't want to hear that ad that I just did, go listen to the Everydayers. And then the text line gets you every rumor we ever hear. We'll send straight to your phone. We'll send updates during the game, before the game. You get to text us and ask us questions. Isaac does Q&As on there, all kinds of stuff like that. So subscribe to both of those things, text line and the Everydayers Club. All right, Slightly. Anthony Davis, the start of this game, I was so frustrated. If the Mavs lost this game, I was ready to get on here and rant about Jason Kidd just overthinking this start against this Rockets team. The Rockets are an incredibly good offensive rebounding team. 40% of they get 40% of their misses, basically. The next closest team is the Pistons, and they get like 36% of their misses. The gap is huge. This Rocket team is just uniquely good at offensive rebounding. But Steven Adams wasn't in this game, so there's that thing. And Şengün leaves this game early. Jason Kidd wasn't going to know that, I guess, at the beginning of the game. But still, he starts with Cooper Flagg at the point. He starts Max Christie, PJ Washington, AD, and Daniel Gafford. How many possessions have AD and Daniel Gafford played together this season before tonight's game? Slightly biased.
My guess would be very close to 0, if not 0.
12 possessions they've played together.
I do kind of remember some weird closing lineups at some point that we ranted about on here.
Well, yeah, but some of the possessions are probably like a rebound after a free throw, where they're like both in there because just for rebounding purposes. Yeah. But they haven't played together very much. We were waiting on the lively AD. This team has not been the double bigs team at all that we thought it was going to be. We talked about that so much in the offseason. It ended up being a nothing burger. Lively and AD played 67 possessions together. So we've had under 100 possessions of double bigs basically this whole season, which you wouldn't have expected. But he starts that lineup with no point guard, 5 turnovers in the first 6 minutes of the game. And at one point, they had 3 turnovers and only 2 field goal attempts. It was just a brutal start to this game. They were trying to force the ball into Anthony Davis. Multiple players did. I mean, Flagg tried it at one point. I think Max tried it. Multiple guys just tried to force the ball to Anthony Davis in non-advantageous positions, and it didn't work at all. And then they start the game down 4-11. Then it was down 9-20, and a little before that, he subs Brandon Williams in for Daniel Gafford, and all of a sudden they go on this run, and the Mavericks have a lead with 3 minutes left in the first quarter. I mean, the Rockets bench did struggle in this game. They didn't really have anybody stand out. Reed Shepherd did not play particularly well in this game. He didn't get a good game from
Reed sucked.
Yeah, he didn't have a good. I was being nice. Aaron Holiday didn't have a good game either. Shooting the ball for sure. He just didn't have anybody that stepped up in there, and then Şengün was out, and so that limited them a lot. But the Mavs bench unit just really took advantage of the Rockets.
Yeah, and I mean, it does kind of go back to this being a really poor game from the Rockets, but the Mavs, I thought, did great job in transition. I thought they did a great job just attacking the basket with Şengün out, who is a good defensive player, I think, despite what some narratives around him are, and KD in foul trouble. Like they had the runway to attack the rim a bunch, and I thought they did a good job doing that. And again, it was really in transition. Like I don't know their numbers off the top of my head, but it felt as though they were getting out and running, getting good looks, really executed well in transition as well. That's why, like, we'll talk about Coop more here in a bit, but
yeah.
I thought he had a good game in his first half, at least. I really liked because I love the pace he was playing at, and like the 2-man game him and Naji had in transition was really nice. So I get all to me, wow, the Mavs are actually great in the half court tonight offensively. 107 offensive rating, which is really good for them. Really, really good for them. That could be one of their best of the whole year. I'm not even joking.
They're at 93 offensive rating in the half court.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge plus for them. But it goes to the ability to attack the paint, and B-Will putting pressure on the rim. AD just opens up. I mean, what are they now? This team's really not bad when AD plays. I know he was dreadful a couple nights ago, but that was his first game back after that little injury. Like, when AD's out there, they can put pressure on the rim. He's got that spacing where he's not going to space the floor with his 3-point shooting, but he does draw so much attention.
Yeah,
in the paint area that does open up things for you, and they took advantage tonight. And again, when AD plays, man, they're probably around a 500 team, which makes me think when Kyrie comes back, I don't know.
They're just not going to be good enough to make a run to me.
Right. I'm not saying they're like going to finish a 500 team. I'm saying just 500 in general.
The problem is what you brought up earlier, where you're like, AD last game, he didn't have a great game, but he was ramping up the game after injury. It's like, all right, we're just playing this cycle over and over with him, where like there's just too many games where that happens. But he was awesome in this game. Let's be clear. 26 points. He had 12 points in that first quarter. He just went on this run to end that first quarter where he had multiple and ones, multiple times getting fouled, going to the free throw line. He just took advantage, and then I felt like the rest of the game he was able to just like dictate the game on defense and didn't allow the Rockets to get much at all at the rim. How many shots did they even take? They took 33 shots at the rim, but only made 18 of them. That's 54% of the rim, which is terrible. And so you see that impact right there. And I thought Anthony Davis was hugely impactful in this game, like night and day difference from last game.
Yeah, I mean he's a good player. Yeah, last game was just weird. I don't know what it was. Embiid was great. Embiid's tough cover. Embiid's been playing really well as of late. And I don't follow this stuff super closely, but I think I saw some people on Twitter like, yeah, Embiid has just kind of always owned AD, and it's like, okay, if you say so. I mean, he's owned a lot of guys, to be fair.
I mean, Embiid versus AD and Capella versus AD, should we be surprised he had a much better game than this one? Probably not.
True, but Capella had 7 stocks tonight, by the way.
Did he really?
Yes, he actually played pretty good.
7 stocks, 5 steals,
2 blocks. Yeah, he was.
That's got to be his career high in steals. 5 steals.
Man, hey, don't sleep on Clint. He's had a good NBA career. I can't believe he's 31 years old. How old would you have guessed he was?
Yeah, I probably would have guessed 33, 34.
Yeah, I could not believe that whenever that was said to me. 31.
Which feels super old, but is one of them is the age that I currently
35. I'm like, yeah, like Capella's on the way out.
Okay, he's going to be 32 in May. All right, so it's not like he's 30.
I know, but still, it's like, really? It feels like he's been in the league for 30 years.
It does feel like he's been in the league that long.
But no, yeah, I mean, AD just...
Career high in steals, 5.
There you go. Congratulations.
So
to Clint
he
Capella.
had it with Atlanta. He had it one time. So
who would have guessed that Clint Capella would set his career high in steals this year?
Tonight.
If you had money on that, congratulations.
That he would do it tonight against Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Davis was fantastic tonight. I mean, he's a very good basketball player.
Somebody should trade for him.
Hey, send this tape out.
That's but you see the impact, and it's just too little, too late now at this point in the season. I think.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What are they? We do this every day. They're 3 games back of the 10 seed, but then there's 2 teams ahead of them. They're
still closer to Washington than they are to the Rockets or Denver or Minnesota.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a pipe dream. You're 10 games behind those teams. It's less the games, it's more you'd have to jump like 7 teams, which is next to impossible.
It's too much. It's too much at that point. The amount of teams, the amount of ground that needs to be covered. And if you get in the play-in, you have to get to 7 because you can't play that Thunder.
As long as just hope the Rockets get the 2 seed.
I mean that would be good, but you have to get to at least 7 to play to even play the 7th, the number 2 seed. Like if you end up 8, 9, 10, you're only basically going to play the Thunder, which would suck.
I mean, do you not see what's probably going to happen here if they don't trade AD? Like they're going to go on a run.
They'll go on some kind of run, or will GM Kid just shut everybody down?
I think Kyrie is going to do wonders for this team. Wonders.
I was thinking about him the other day. It's hard to ask Kyrie to fix all this, but his ball movement would help a lot. Going to him in the clutch obviously would fix a lot. Him just being like a shooter, a plus shooter out there would help a ton. It seems like Kid has just convinced AD he's playing the 5, except for a game like this, and that changes things a lot too.
Well, I'm really interested if they go double big again in a couple of nights, or if this was like, hey, it's the Rockets, they rebound really well, we need to be big out there, or is this like a, hey, AD really wants to play the 4, so like Gafford's going to start at the 5.
Well, we did have that quote from Kid a little while ago because we got to get AD back at the 4, and then I did a bonus show about it because then Kid came back the next night and was like, actually what I meant there is that, you know, we'll try it here and there, but it was really bad for us, so we're not going to use it.
Yeah, I mean, this group is, you don't have enough shooting.
No, or just playmaking or anything. In a couple nights, did you mean against Sacramento?
Yeah, at the 10 p.m. start time.
I think if they go double bigs against Sacramento, it doesn't matter.
Why?
They'll probably win anyway.
Well, they lost a couple nights ago to Sacramento. No AD in that game, though.
Dwight Powell had 11 rebounds in that game.
Wow. Shout out to our GOAT, Dwight Powell.
Our GOAT.
That's right. He was good in that game.
Cooper Flagg. You mentioned it at halftime. What did he have? He had like 10 points, 5 boards, 5 assists, or 8 points, something like that. I was on triple
6 and 6.
I was on triple double watch with him, going, all right, let's see what happens. And then second half, he looked like he struggled. Finished the game shooting 3 of 12 from the field. Had that play, 2 ISOs in a row against Kevin Durant where he just got stonewalled, and the second one where he got outright blocked. And after he got blocked, I don't know how much they showed on the broadcast, but he was just kind of standing around the Mavs bench back, out of bounds. And usually when Coop messes up or Coop has something bad happen, you see him kind of like run back the other way to try and make up for it on the other end. It's a classic basketball thing. Anybody that's played basketball, as soon as you make a mistake or something bad happens, you just like try and make it up on the defensive end so badly that a lot of times you make a frustration foul because of it. But instead, he kind of just stuck there. He hung his head a little bit, and then he jogged up the court. And it just looked like he was so frustrated. I wonder if he's hitting that rookie wall because it's been a couple of games in a row here where you go, yeah, he's really struggled. Doesn't look like he has the same kind of burst. He had some great passes tonight, like you said. I thought his approach in the first half was really, really good. In transition, he's been excellent, but just doesn't have that little extra burst that we've seen here and there. And I think it may be this rookie wall.
Yeah, maybe. I do think some of it is, defenses have kind of wisened up to the fact that he is just a complete and total unwilling three-point shooter currently.
Yeah,
so right. I'm sure the coaching staff's probably talking to him like, hey, man, you just got to shoot the 3. And I think it's reached a point. He had that stretch like a week ago where his 3 ball started to look better and better and better. And still these last couple games, he's got a lot of space for these pull-up threes. I mean, a lot. Teams are just kind of giving it to him. He's just got to take it. Because the threes started to look, even his misses now are like, they're online. Maybe they're a little strong. Like he had that stretch right after he injured his thumb where, his misses were ugly. And those are the time. That's the moments where you're like, okay, like something's not right with the shot. His misses aren't bad. His free throw shooting has improved and got back to where it was at the start of the season. He just has to shoot threes. Like he's got to be confident in that shot. And even if it doesn't go in, the coaching staff, the players, they got to tell him like, hey, shoot that, man. Like shoot it. Like it's okay if you miss it.
And the thumb wrap is off. My theory is over, I think, for that one.
Yeah, but his three ball has gotten better. It's just he's just unwilling to shoot it right now. I think it's just right play-itis he has, where it's like, okay, I've kind of struggled from three this year. Like let me get off the ball, let me move it, let me swing it, and it's just like, no, dude, you need to shoot that. That ball's got to go up.
That shot has got to come back at some point. You can't just like push it in the corner, and because it wasn't good to begin the year, you can't just put it in the corner and say, all right, well, that's not an optimal play. You got to make it an optimal play. I mean, that's part of an NBA season where you play 82 games.
Yeah. I mean, the positives for him and why I'm not like overly concerned, Ricky Wall, he's missing some shots. Maybe it looks like he's a little bit tired at times out there, but also we've seen like a notable uptick in his assist numbers and his playmaking stuff over the last month or so. Like he hasn't had a game under 5 assists since December 20th. So
wow.
Those numbers are ticking up for him. I think defensively the last few games he's been rock solid. So I'm not overly concerned. Like to me, he's still making an impact on the game. I thought in a game like tonight, he still had a positive impact for most of the game, which, you know, when you go 3 of 12 is saying a lot. So I'm not really all that worried. I mean, rookies have moments like this, guys. I need you all to understand if you're panicking at home. Like rookies.
Who's panicking?
People are panicking. Like people in my chat were just like, "Oh man, like here we go. It's the rookie wall."
What were they saying? His shot was broke, or like he's
no,
Ben Simmons? Like what were they?
No,
what were they
they're
saying?
like he's been figured out. Like they're basically like he's not gonna win rookie of the year. It's over. Like guys, he's a minus 400 rookie of the year favorite, man.
Like, double rookie of the month, and they figured him out.
Like it's okay, man. Like the rookies have tough stretches. It happens.
This is part of development. Is you're gonna have peaks and valleys, and this may be a valley. This is definitely a valley for his 3-point shot, and it may be a valley for him as a player. But you're seeing the other skills develop. He is also one of those players that does it all, and it does take a while for all those skills to translate to the NBA, for him to get them up to NBA speed. And I've said that about a lot of players. Role players that are do-it-all type players, it takes them a while to become viable NBA players. Cooper Flagg is a do-it-all player, and he's already a viable NBA player and probably a top 100 player in the NBA at this point. Probably
he's a top 100 player.
Yeah, probably top
absolutely
60, 75 for sure. I mean, you just go through it, and there's not that many more impactful than him.
Minus 700 favorite, sorry.
Minus 700 now?
Yeah.
Wow. That's bad odds.
Which is kind of crazy, like, honestly.
I mean, that's like he's going to win it. Like they would be shocked if he didn't win it. Basically, is what that says.
It's a little wild to me because Khan's been great. Like those odds probably should be. Those two should be closer together.
Well, Khan averages more points than him, just a little bit, but still more on better efficiency.
He doesn't miss ever.
It's crazy. I think that will wane eventually. Like I think.
Oh yeah, I mean he's like we're at all-time levels with him currently.
Well, he was the fastest to 100 threes by like a lot.
He's 43% from 3 on 8.5 a game. That is crazy.
That's prime Buddy Hield numbers.
I mean, that is like that would be one of the just best 3-point shooting seasons ever for anyone. Rookie or not.
43%. Yeah, 43% on 8. That's how many times has that even happened?
Yeah, probably not many, like outside of the Stephs of the world. It's crazy how good of it. Like when you watch Steph Curry play and then you realize his 3-point efficiency is what it is, it's just like it's unbelievable how good he is. But no, Coop's gonna be like if it's 3 games, you know what I mean? If we're at the end of January and this has been this long of a stretch, okay, that's a conversation that's like, all right, what's gone on? What can he do? 3 games is 3 games, man.
And we've seen some games where he hits threes. It's just not been a part of his game. And a game like this, he takes 2. I mean, it's not like those are not literal like intentional threes, really. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is.
What do you make of this Rockets team?
I struggled to have them. So I think I just did a power rankings thing yesterday, and I had on my top tier 3 West teams. I had the Thunder, obviously.
Yes.
The Spurs have graduated into that tier, absolutely. For sure. And the Nuggets, even with all their injuries, like as long as they're healthy and come March, April, they'll be right in the mix. The Rockets are just clearly not in that group. Like clearly, when you watch them play. They're
top 5 offense and defense. And
I know, but
like
It's what the Pistons are kind of similar, where it's like, yeah, all of it looks great, but I watch them, I'm like, there's something missing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like they're that good on both ends of the ball, and yet like their clean the glass stats say they should have 3 more wins than they have, which is just a lot at this point of the season to be that different. Like your stats say that you're that much better of a team than you actually are. I think they just have like some glaring holes at certain places, and like they're relying a lot on Reed Shepherd, who's been really good. Then when Şengün's out in a game like this, and Steven Adams, your superpower as a team kind of goes out the window. And I think Amen has kind of an offensive ceiling. You know,
yeah, he definitely does. Like teams don't even guard him from the elbow sometimes.
The Mavs had a play tonight where they didn't go out to guard him at all at the 3-point line. He took a shot, and the Rockets still got the offensive rebound. I said, how do you not defend the guy that shot the ball, and you still don't get the rebound?
The Rockets had a crazy stretch at a pivotal point. I forgot the exact moment.
Yes, I wrote it down.
I think it was like a 7-point game or something like that, and they
3 minutes left in the game.
Yeah. So how big was the deficit?
3 minutes left in the game. It was not much. Yeah, it was like 8 or 9.
Because I remember I was like, I guarantee you this becomes a clutch game. And for a tiny bit, it was a clutch game. This ended up being a clutch game.
It was 8 because Clay hits the 3 right after that to make it an 11-point game again. But yeah, Houston had those 3 offensive rebounds in a row, but then it ended on an AD block, which was just that was huge to end that
huge AD block. But they got like 4 offensive rebounds in that sequence. It was insane. But no, them in Detroit are very similar to me, where it's like, yes, you're great, you're fantastic. You have this physical presence that most teams in the league do not have, 1, and 2, in the regular season, you're going to play these teams that are like, dude, I don't want to do this tonight. Like, that's like that Christmas Day game against the Lakers, where it's like, dude, I'm not doing this.
Which is what I thought the Mavs would be that. If they play double bigs, like if you play these wings, it just never ended up being that way. And with Lively being out, that obviously went out the window. But
right. But even when you watch Detroit, it's like when you're just overly reliant on role guys stepping in to be the big shot makers late and stuff, you're going to have games where those guys are ice cold. Like Reed Shepherd was bad tonight. Jabari couldn't hit a shot to save his life tonight. And those will kill you in the playoffs when you're going up against these teams that do not have that problem.
Max Christie fully outplayed Jabari Smith Jr. tonight.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I thought Jabari played decently well. It's just he couldn't hit a shot.
Yeah.
One of those where I thought Reed was horrible.
Bad. And he was not good last year. He was not an NBA player last year. So for him to jump from where he was to relied upon bench producing player on a playoff team, that's a big jump.
Yeah, and he has been good for the overwhelming majority of the season. My Lord. This is crazy. I'm looking at just the FanDuel stuff. What do you think Shea's NBA Finals MVP odds are?
Oh, is it like minus 300?
No. Okay, this wasn't as crazy as I thought. That it's plus 105, which I still think.
No, I thought he would have minus odds the way you said it, but yeah, that low odds to have on somebody to Finals MVP because so much can happen between now and then.
The Thunder are plus 105 to win the Finals right now. Jeez.
Plus 105. So you have to bet $105 to win 100.
Yeah.
For a team to win the NBA Finals.
He's minus 450 to win MVP. That's a shame Jokic got hurt.
Well,
man.
The Jokic thing going out.
That was going to be an all-timer.
Yeah, that was going to be the better version of the Embiid versus Jokic.
Oh, but it would have gotten that nasty.
Yeah, but there's not enough Thunder fans for it to be that.
That's true. And that was what?
He didn't even get top 3 in All-Star voting.
That was year 3 of the Embiid Jokic thing. So there had been a lot of
That's true. Yeah, there was
anger and aggression.
Oh, man. All right, go check out Slightly Biased show on Haymaker. Isaac and I made an appearance on that last week. That was a lot of fun.
That's right.
And we got the Everydayers Club, the text line, both of those, links in the description, or check the QR code, different ways to follow the show. We'll have some more shows coming up later this week. We'll cover the Mavs versus Kings game. Guys, thanks so much for listening to Locked On Mavs. Boom!
AD, good basketball player.